Hey, Simon here. Thanks so much for coming along to my second little video. So let's start off with a question. And my question for you is, I'm going to talk about three people quickly. And I want you to tell me or have a think if you have any sort of empathy or sympathy for the sorts of things that these people have been going through. And if it bears any kind of relationship to any sort of thoughts you've ever had about yourself. Right, so number one, this is Fiona. Now, Fiona had absolutely no confidence in herself. She was always blaming herself for things. She hated her boss. She didn't think she was ever going to get anywhere at work in particular. She was always worried about putting on weight, and she wasn't sleeping very well at all. So after I worked with her for a while, everything changed. It was incredible. She is now on a total keep fit binge. She's got a much better job, and yeah, she's a very confident, and so she should be, a very confident woman. Next, this is Jonty. Now this is a difficult one because someone very close to Jonty died in a pretty unpleasant way in his family, and as a result he kind of blamed himself for it. He spent a lot of time thinking, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that, and why didn't I spend more time with them, and all this sort of stuff. And he became quite reclusive, lost contact with a lot of his friends, and other sort of things where he was just very much blaming himself. But now he's at peace with all of that. His old friends have suddenly become his new friends again. The people he'd lost contact with have come back into his life, and he's just full of joie de vivre. It's great. The third person is, it's me, and I realized that I'd spent decades of my life just being a bit sort of numb, don't care, not really interested, complaining at the rest of the world about things, all that sort of stuff. And with somebody else's help, I realized that I had a lot of sort of unresolved emotional trauma from when I was a kid. Yeah, it sounds like such a cliche, right? Oh, problems when he was a kid. But yeah, unfortunately, the thing about cliches is a lot of them are absolutely true. And now I feel like every breath is a blessing. I've got so much energy and desire and drive to do well and help other people in life. And yeah, my purpose, I've actually got a purpose in life. I never had one of those before, and that's it. My purpose is right here. Okay, second question, and this will explain what Switch Life On is and kind of how it works. Now, when I was training, because I spent a lot of money training to be a hypnotherapist, do NLP, and to be a coach and stuff, I also spend a lot of money going to see other types of therapists, spiritual leaders, nutritionists, all that sort of stuff. And I came to some pretty startling conclusions. Now, I'd love to tell you what my conclusions are, and you tell me, you give me your advice on whether you think these conclusions make sense or not. They might do, they might not. But anyway, here we go. So yeah, there's an awful lot of experts around. There's sleep therapists, hypnotherapists, psychotherapists, nutritionists, coaches, life coaches, gurus, transcendental meditation people. There's all sorts of things, all sorts of people, and some of them are wearing kaftans and bashing bongos. Some of them are making you lie down on a couch and tell them how you feel, and other people are telling you what to eat. And there's so many different types of experts who all seem to think they know best, but they don't really kind of connect. It's not like they all connect to each other to give you one simple story. So that's what I thought I would do. I thought I'd create one simple story where I take the best bits from all of them, the bits that actually work, get rid of all the blah 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 and all the fluff, and put it all together in a very simple way, a super effective extremely powerful, simple to understand and easy to follow way. Do you think that sounds sensible? Because that's basically what I'm trying to do. Okay, so also what I noticed with these people is related to money. Like, for example, when I was learning hypnotherapy, what they really want you to do is they want you to say to people, give me £80 an hour and come and see me, or join me on a Zoom call. Now, I looked at that and I thought, well, like, why can't you do something that's completely free, but is just as good or better? So that's what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to take all of my learnings, everything, and to give you a free version of it online, well, right here. So do you think that is sensible, to try and provide something for free that is normally, say, like £80 an hour on a one-to-one basis? Do you think that's like a good idea? Now, you might not, because let's face it, the more you pay for something, generally the more you value it, right? But so I want you to value this by committing to it, giving me a bit of your time. Now, if you do want to talk to me individually or in a small group, yeah, I can do that thing, you know, I can sort of set up private sessions and stuff. But what this is all about right here is me trying to provide effectively the best service you can get anywhere for any amount of money. I want to be directly comparable to the best things you can get in the world, but it's completely free and it's right here online. Do you think that is something that's worth trying to do, or is a good idea? And I guess the other thing really is that when I've been to see therapists and when I've learned therapy myself, it's always the same thing. It's like you always turn up and it's exactly the same format every time. Turn up, sit down, talk, do something, go away. That's it. There is no kind of sense of progress. Like, how do you know that you're doing better? How do you know when you've finished? You don't. But anyway, I don't want to do any of that, so I've got a beginning, a middle and an end. I've got a story that you will write for yourself, and this is how it goes. The beginning part of the story is called perception, and in that, what you're going to do is really understand how you work. And what I mean by that is the same as like a mechanic looking at a car and understanding how that works. Oh, there's an engine there, like, you know, there's or a battery, whatever it is, you know, there's some wheels there and you turn this and that happens. So I want you to understand how you work, how your mind works, how it connects to your body, why you feel the way you do, like how do emotions, where do they live in the body, how do they connect to thoughts, and how can you then, as a result of that, go to the next step, which I call power, which is how can you control that, how you can decide like how to feel. Like, I'll be able to put you in a position where you can choose to feel happy, where in the past something might have really just taken you over and you would have felt completely out of control with it, whether it's, you know, like anxiety or anger or crying or being upset. I'll help you understand why you feel that, and basically to change that sort of feeling of doom or gloom or negativity into an understanding of how and why it's happening, and to turn that into something that feels more positive and sort of, you know, leads to happiness in your life. I kind of pause then because I hate the word positive, it's so cheesy, but it's an important thing. And the last thing is your purpose in life. And if you think you know what your purpose is now, I can guarantee that will change. Like, people think, oh, I know exactly who I want to be and all that. But think about it, how can you be if you don't really understand yourself yet, and you don't really know how to control your own feelings and your own mind, and you don't know how to heal yourself? How can you possibly know what your purpose is? Well, you might be one of those extraordinarily gifted people who just does know what their purpose is. And if so, if I had a hat, I would take it off to you. You're amazing. But what I'm going to do is make everybody amazing. I'm going to make everybody understand themselves, and make everybody feel in control and able to just jump on a rocket ship and fly to somewhere new and exciting with their life. So that's it really. That's what Switch Life On is all about. I'd love it if you subscribed and all that stuff, because yeah, that's how I can manage to keep this free, is by getting people like your good self to subscribe and check out my videos. Okay, see you later.